Welcome to the Pencil Bob channel. I hope you enjoy the story. Remember to like and subscribe. And now the story. Do us a favor, if you don't like something about one of our videos, don't just hit the thumbs down. Leave us a comment so we can improve. Thanks.
In the quiet suburban town of Crestwood, nestled between rolling hills and lush greenery, Barney found himself entangled in a web of frustration and injustice. The proud owner of a charming two-story house, he had decided to put it on the market after his wife's passing earlier in the year. The memories embedded in the walls became too heavy, and with his grown children leading their own lives, Barney longed for a fresh start. Barney and his beloved late wife poured their hearts into selecting this charming house, a sanctuary of love and memories. Little did they know that the Homeowners Association, HOA, would transform into an unexpected adversary, constantly poking its nose into Barney's life. Despite his best attempts to elude their intrusive grip, the HOA had mastered the art of meddling, imposing pesky rules that grated on his nerves, yet somehow never reaching the tipping point to spur any substantial retaliation. The once idyllic home now stood as a battleground between Barney's cherished memories and the ever-watchful eyes of the HOA. As Barney made the bittersweet decision to part ways with his cherished abode, the realtor ceremoniously planted the iconic "For Sales" sign on his front lawn, signaling the commencement of a new chapter. Like eager actors taking the stage, the first wave of prospective buyers eagerly stepped into the spotlight, expressing their keen interest. Little did Barney suspect that, unbeknownst to him, a tempest of injustice was quietly brewing just beyond the picket fence, ready to cast its shadow over the seemingly straightforward process of selling a home. Barely 2 weeks into the emotional rollercoaster of selling his home, Barney found himself at the receiving end of a stern missive from the HOA. The seemingly innocuous "For Sales" sign that had proudly graced his front lawn had suddenly become a source of contention in the eyes of the HOA enforcers. In a twist of bureaucratic absurdity, the letter claimed that his sign had overstayed its welcome, citing an obscure regulation that limited homeowners to displaying such signs for a mere 12 days in a calendar year. The shock of this arbitrary rule left Barney bewildered, but the plot thickened as he delved deeper into the letter. It unveiled the HOA's audacious assertion of wielding veto power over the approval of the new owner. Suddenly, what started as a routine property transaction morphed into a high-stakes battle against the capricious whims of the HOA, casting an unexpected shadow over Barney's quest to bid farewell to his beloved home. Ignoring the letter, Barney left the sign up, and soon, the daily fines began to accumulate like a gathering storm. The HOA threatened to place a lien on his property if he failed to pay up promptly. The real estate agent, just as perplexed as Barney, found potential buyers, only for the HOA to squash every deal with their arbitrary disapprovals. In a brazen display of audacity, the Homeowners Association didn't stop at merely enforcing their peculiar rules. They took it a step further by presenting Barney with a jaw-dropping offer to purchase his cherished home. The offer, a paltry 25% of its fair market value, felt like a slap in the face to Barney's years of love and investment in the property. The HOA, wielding their unchecked power like a heavy hammer, didn't shy away from flexing their muscles and threatening Barney with their ability to veto any other potential sale. This left Barney in a harrowing predicament, a feeling of entrapment with his back pressed firmly against the proverbial wall. The very home that had once been a haven of warmth and memories now stood at the center of a twisted power play, leaving Barney grappling with a sense of betrayal and a desperate need to navigate the treacherous waters of an HOA gone rogue. Refusing to bow down to their heavy-handed tactics, Barney decided to rally his defenses. Turning to his son, Oliver, a seasoned and sharp-witted lawyer, the duo embarked on a mission to untangle the convoluted web of HOA rules and regulations. They did not realize, this journey would unravel a series of shocking discoveries, exposing the association's blatant overreach and, in some instances, downright illegal actions. Armed with legal acumen and a determination to protect his father's rights, Oliver dove deep into the labyrinth of HOA bylaws. What they uncovered painted a disturbing picture of abuse of power and manipulation. The HOA, once entrusted with maintaining the neighborhood's charm, had transformed into a force with a penchant for trampling on the very rights they were meant to uphold. As the duo delved into the intricacies of the HOA's actions, they unearthed instances where the association had imposed rules that went beyond their established authority. Questionable decisions, arbitrary fines, and a shocking lack of transparency became evident, all contributing to an atmosphere of intimidation and coercion. It was a stark revelation for Barney and Oliver, who, fueled by a sense of justice, became determined to challenge the HOA's overreach and restore fairness to their community. The father-son team strategically leveraged their legal arsenal, pinpointing instances where the HOA had crossed legal boundaries. With Oliver's expertise guiding the way, they began drafting a meticulously detailed response, highlighting the association's transgressions and presenting a compelling case for their defense. The stage was set for a legal showdown that would not only test the limits of the HOA's authority but also redefine the balance of power in their neighborhood. In this battle between one man's love for his home and an association drunk on power, Barney and Oliver stood as formidable challengers, ready to unveil the truth and seek justice for the community they held dear. The fight against the HOA's overreach had just begun, and the courtroom promised to be the arena where the fate of their beloved neighborhood would be decided. Fueled by an unwavering resolve, Barney boldly stepped into the legal arena, ready to confront the HOA and demand retribution for the relentless harassment and manipulation he had weathered. The courtroom transformed into a dramatic battleground, where the struggle unfolded like a gripping saga, pitting a lone individual fighting for freedom and justice against the formidable, seemingly invincible force of the Homeowners Association. The courtroom was filled with tension as Barney, supported by his lawyer son, presented a compelling case against the HOA. Oliver skillfully argued that the HOA's actions not only violated their own bylaws but encroached upon Barney's rights as a property owner. The evidence of their unethical practices, including blocking potential buyers and the lowball offer to buy his home, painted a damning picture of abuse of power. The HOA's defense crumbled under the weight of legal scrutiny. As the truth unfolded, it became clear that the association's leaders had not only pushed the limits of their power but had also engaged in extortion. The court, recognizing the gravity of the situation, ruled in favor of Barney. The victory was sweet for Barney, who not only escaped the clutches of the HOA, but also received a substantial settlement for the emotional distress and financial losses he endured. The judgment not only exposed the corruption within the association, but also led to criminal charges, including extortion, being filed against some of its leaders. As the legal dust settled, the HOA leaders faced the consequences of their actions. Forced to step down from their positions, they became the subjects of public scrutiny and disdain. Crestwood, once plagued by the tyrannical HOA, began to breathe a sigh of relief as a sense of justice permeated the community. Barney's victory transcended his personal struggle. It became a symbol of resilience against unchecked power and a rallying cry for others who had silently endured the HOA's oppression. The story of Barney's battle spread through the town, inspiring others to question and challenge the authority of the HOA. In the end, justice prevailed, and Crestwood underwent a transformation. The power dynamics within the HOA shifted, ushering in a new era of transparency and accountability. Barney, having freed himself from the shackles of injustice, could finally move on with his life, leaving behind a legacy of courage and triumph in the face of adversity.
I would like to thank you for watching the video to the end. To encourage us to make more videos, please like, subscribe, comment, as well as share. Check out this other video if you haven't already.